Hello, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to Barnes Media. I'm Maurice. Here in Indianapolis, we've had several shootings. We have a police officer that was shot today. The crime in Indianapolis is just getting out of control. Sometimes I think I'm living in Chicago. Let's watch a few clips.
13 News at 4 starts now with breaking news on the west side.
That's where an IMPD officer was shot earlier this afternoon. It happened near 16th Street and Lafayette Road. Our Ella Rhodes is live at the scene right now. And Ella, can you share what you've learned?
Yeah, so that officer is in stable condition, according to IMPD. And like you said, it started just after 2 p.m. when officers were following a stolen car. That is when a suspect pulled off over into this apartment complex. Now, the scene isn't as active as it once was, but this is where the car pulled over, and that is when an officer was shot. So you can kind of take a look at the video on your screen. This is from earlier when the scene was a bit more active. So we know the officer was shot, and then one of the suspects was also shot. Now, 2 suspects are in custody so far. IMPD tells us they're also now looking for 2 additional suspects. Now, they don't have a description of them at this time. Now, they did say a gun was found at the scene, and I also spoke with a neighbor here. She was just feet away from everything that was going on, and she heard the gunshots.
I've never seen this many police cars at once, and for whatever thing's going on, and then like my children are right here, and this is not the first shooting that's been going on. Like, they just recently had a shooting here not even a month ago. And it's making my nerves even more bad because my children are right here and they see it and they're out here and they can hear it, so I don't like it.
Yeah, and she also told us she thinks she heard around 16 gunshots, and like you heard, she is worried for her children, who she has to explain everything to. Now, IMPD does say they're still looking for 2 additional suspects, and if you know anything, to reach out to IMPD. This is an ongoing investigation, so as we learn more information, we'll be sure to let you know. Live in Indianapolis, Ella Rhodes, 13 News.
CR detectives are canvassing the area, hoping to speak with witnesses and so forth.
We're taking a listen to Sergeant William Young, who's talking about a quadruple shooting on the east side. Let's take a listen.
We are not looking for anybody else in this particular area. We don't believe there's a suspect in this particular area, and I can tell you that all parties have been accounted for in this particular investigation. We'll be out here trying to piece together exactly what occurred. Our East District officers, as you can tell behind me, they're canvassing the area, and we're hoping that with anybody with information that will come forth, and you can do that by dialing 317-327-3475, where you can speak with detectives, or you can remain anonymous by dialing 317-262-TIPS. One of those individuals, I can tell you, is listed in critical condition. At this moment, all of the individuals are listed in stable but serious condition. So we'll be out here trying to piece together exactly what occurred. This is relatively a quieter neighborhood, and so we're hoping that witnesses come forth and neighbors come forth and give us the information that we'll need. I'll entertain questions, however, it's very early on in the investigation. We haven't made it as to know the ages of these individuals, who was the aggressor, who was not the aggressor. We believe that they are all males at this time.
Do you believe the person that is listed in critical condition, were they also self-transported in that vehicle to communities?
4 individuals were self-transported inside of a vehicle, and 1 individual was transported from here. That individual that was transported from here by medics is listed in stable condition. At least one of those individuals inside of the vehicle is listed in critical condition at this time.
Any weapons left on scene or anything like that?
Our detectives are obviously at the hospital, and we have to wait for search warrants. Obviously, you see detectives behind me canvassing the area. This is relatively a larger scene, as you can tell. We're looking for anybody with doorbell footage or camera footage to come forth and give us that information that we so desire. So we'll be out here for some time. Again, this is somewhat of a quieter neighborhood, and so I'm confident that neighbors will come forth with any information that we have. We're not looking for anybody else. Anybody is encouraged to dial 317-327-3475 and speak with our investigators if you have information. If you left before detectives were able to arrive and speak with you, that information that you provide is definitely important.
Is there anything we're not asking or touching on that you would also like to share?
Obviously, this case is in our beginning stages. Again, I can tell you that we're not looking for anybody.
Those were just 2 incidences in the past couple of days, and it's only getting worse. And in my estimation, we have to do something with the criminals that are being constantly released out here, and it's a big problem. It's a big problem. Let's go to another clip.
More news tonight. We're learning new information about a shooting that killed a mother of 6 on Indy's east side. Witnesses tell us it all began with a fight over a basketball hoop.
Fox 59's Max Lewis tells us despite everyone involved being identified, no arrests have been made.
Cincinnati District 33, possible person shot, 2419 North Kenyon Street, more to follow.
Late Friday, this stretch of Kenyon Street near 21st and Arlington turned into a crime scene. Neighbors calling it a senseless act of violence.
Female said people are outside shooting and the female was shot. Caller's not outside but hears shots and the female screaming. EMS is en route.
Witnesses describing a shootout between neighbors who live across the street from one another. Bullets went flying into one of those neighbors' homes, and the gunfire had a human toll as well, killing Shauna Durst, whose family said would have turned 33 today and leaving 6 children motherless. Neighbors say this basketball hoop in front of her home was the catalyst. Her boyfriend, who was also shot but survived, upset that the basketball kept ending up in their yard. Witnesses told us he confronted the child, and that's when his mother came out and things got ugly.
There seems to be a disturbance between neighbors. One of them tried to run over the complainant and then fired shots.
Neighbors who were too worried to go on camera said it's unclear who fired the first shot. The prosecutor's office didn't respond to our inquiries about whether this is being looked at as a possible self-defense case, as IMPD has identified everyone but not announced any arrests. Shauna's mother, who lives out of state, believes it was murder. Telling us in a statement tonight, quote, her children and our family will never get to hear her sweet voice after this senseless crime. Her murder left 6 children to learn to live without her. I pray we have justice for my sweet girl, her children, and family. On the east side, Max Lewis, Fox 59 News.
I think that's really terrible. A mother having to lose her life and leave her kids over a basketball hoop. It's just crazy. It has to stop. Please like and subscribe. Help us out so we can get more information out. Thanks for tuning in. God bless. Have a great day. Thank you.